Chapter 1. Victim Mentality. They say we shouldn't have a victim mentality, but what they really mean is forget what happened to you. One, understanding what happened. Every morning, a black man or woman in America wakes up on defense. Before you even step outside, there's a silent pressure pushing on your spirit, the weight of being watched, doubted, and judged in a country that was built on your ancestors' backs. They tell us don't have a victim mentality, but they never tell the truth about the assailant mentality that created the conditions we're still trying to survive. You can't heal from a wound if you're forced to pretend it never happened. Our people aren't naturally broken. We were broken down. There's a difference. We were forced into positions where survival became the main priority, not success. And understanding that, not denying it, is the first step to breaking out of it. 2. How they set the trap. Let's walk through a few plays from the American playbook. Slavery, sharecropping, redlining, mass incarceration. Sharecropping. After slavery ended, we were promised 40 acres and a mule. Instead, they gave us contracts that looked like opportunity but were designed as traps. Sharecroppers worked white-owned land, giving up half their crop just to survive. Many ended each season in more debt than they started with. Translation: working but never owning. Translation: working but never owning. Redlining. Decades later, banks and the federal government literally drew red lines around black neighborhoods, marking them as too risky for loans. That meant we couldn't buy homes, build equity, or open businesses, even when we had the money. Translation: locking wealth behind invisible walls. Highways and urban renewal. They bulldozed thriving black towns like Tulsa's Greenwood, Detroit's Black Bottom, and Miami's Overtown and called it urban renewal. Translation: we'll take it back once you fix it. The war on drugs. Brought crack into our communities, then brought in prisons. Translation: profit off the fall. Mass incarceration. The 13th Amendment said slavery is abolished, except as punishment for a crime. That means slavery never ended. It just put on a new uniform and called itself the justice system. 3. The daily defense mindset. Living in America as a black person means constantly scanning for danger, police sirens, false accusations, unfair treatment, or just a heavy feeling of being out of place in your own land. You're not paranoid. You're conditioned by survival. Your grandmother's anxiety when you're out late isn't trauma. It's memory passed down through DNA. Every generation since slavery has been born in reaction to a system that moves the goalposts each time we catch up. And when someone tells you just work harder, they're ignoring that you've already been running uphill with weights on your legs. That's not victimhood. That's truth. 4. Family history. How it hit us. In my own family, the story plays out just like millions of others. We went from rural workers to renters to paycheck survivors. Land that once grew food for the family was sold off to pay taxes. Talented craftsmen, healers, and builders were told their skills didn't count unless they worked for somebody else. But you can only understand the future when you trace the line of what happened before you. That's how you wake up from the spell. That's how you stop the repeating cycle. 5. From defense to offense. We're not asking for pity. We're demanding strategy. Once you know the system was designed to drain you, you can start redesigning your life to keep what's yours. The opposite of a victim mentality isn't pretending. It's awareness plus action. It's saying, I see the trap. I understand it. Now I'm not falling for it anymore. That's when the healing begins. That's when you go from defense to offense. 6. The first step, mental freedom. Mental slavery is the final chain they try to keep on us through media, diet, distractions, and doubt. That's why you must learn to see through illusion. The way they talk about us, the way they market to us, the way they profit from our struggle, all of it is designed to keep us quiet and consuming. But when you learn to observe instead of react, you start moving like a builder, not a survivor. That's what this book is about. Turning pain into plans, turning reaction into creation. 7. The challenge. Write your family map. Find out what happened in your bloodline. Ask your elders. Who owned land? Where did we come from? What did we lose? Who taught, healed, built, or farmed? Document it. Write it down. Start a digital file or notebook. You can't fix a hole in the boat if you don't know where it's leaking. That's the groundwork for everything we'll build from here. End message. Before you build, you must remember. Before you remember, you must heal. And before you heal, you must see clearly what hurt you. You're not a victim. You're a witness. And witnesses turn truth into power.